we're going to make pilau rice today. Pilau rice is a very, very popular dish because it goes with all the curries. When we made the karai chicken last time, so this dish is absolutely fabulous with any of the dishes. We did gobi aloo, which was the cauliflower and potato dish, so this is fantastic to be able to cook rice in a certain way. There's a certain procedure how we're going to do this because people cook rice in so many different ways, but this is a recipe my mother's taught me and it is one of my signature dishes. We're going to fry the onions first. Actually, before that, just so that I make myself clear, we have to soak the rice beforehand. So if you have a look at this, generally speaking, one would do it 30 minutes before you start, and you have to measure the rice. So I've taken a picture of, so it's up to you. I've measured 2 cups today because I didn't want to make too much, but you're very, if it's for a family, 2 mugs would be a good idea as well. Because why we need to measure it, because we're going to put double quantity of water into our pan when it's the right time. So you've all got that. You have to measure your rice, and the rice that I use is basmati rice. So Tilda is a very, very good brand. It's beautiful, it's very light in colour, it's been washed really well, but there's a lot of brands out there, so whichever one that you like, as long as it's called basmati for pilau rice. So that would be the best option I can advise you with. So the first thing we're going to do is we've sliced our onions and we are going to fry them. Okay, so oil, you can use any different kinds of oils. So I'm using rapeseed oil, but you can use corn oil, vegetable oil, whichever oil that you generally use, because we are going to fry these. So the measurements are all on the recipe. And in the rice, we're going to use garden peas, frozen garden peas. I'm just going to put some boiling water on this so that it can soften. After a few minutes we will add our sliced garlic. Just a few minutes of the onions on their own, so the garlic will fry very quickly. The onions are getting more browner, and we will add our sliced garlic in there. We're going to add the garam masala in a few minutes, but we're just waiting for the onions to get a beautiful brown colour, because that's where the colouring for the pilau rice will come. And we will add salt as well and do that. Smells nice and good. Ginger, the garlic and fried onions, a wonderful smell. Now it's just in process. Can you see the onions are really getting a wonderful colour? So we are going to add our spices, the whole garam masala. We will add. So what spices are those? Those were cardamom, cinnamon stick, bay leaves, cloves, black whole pepper, and they are actually on the recipe as well. And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, but the salt is to your liking. If you want to put less than that, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to put the temperature down now. going to add our vegetables. Now you can add a variety of different things to this dish. The most popular one is with the garden peas, but you can add chickpeas as well, and mixed veg. You can add a number of things. Okay, so we can add our peas. Just going to put a drop of water just for the solution to you can put a drop of water. Temperature back on. You see the lovely dark coloured broth we've got. We just cook this for a couple of minutes and then we're going to put double quantity of water. So it's on a high heat and we're just cooking the vegetables. So now we are ready to add our water. So if you were using 1 mug of rice, you would only need 2 of water. But because we've used 2 cups of rice, we're going to double it and use 4. Okay, so I've boiled the water so that will quicken the process. Again. 2, 3, 4. So we're just going to wait for a few moments till it all really boils, comes to boil, and then we will add our drained rice. Which you've noticed it didn't take very long because we added boiled water. But if you were to use warm water from the tap, it will just take a couple of longer minutes. But you need to have it boiling like this when you add your drained rice. So I'm just draining the rice. And we are ready to add the rice into our broth. So it's still on a high heat. So we will just make sure it's all in this lovely solution. Can you see why it's important to brown your onions? Because that's where we're going to actually get our colouring from. And the whole garam masala is very different to the ground one because the spices actually are much more stronger, and when you eat this rice it's just full of flavour. There's quite a difference. The only thing is that when you're eating you just put them on the side. You don't actually eat, because you can eat them if you'd like to, but because all the flavours in the rice you just put them on the side. Does that make sense?
Could you use green cardamom if you can't go with the black cardamom?
The black cardamoms are for the savoury dishes. The green, generally speaking, I have actually seen the green cardamom in curries as well. I don't personally use them because the way I've been brought up is the green cardamom are for tea, for chai, and for desserts. So that's my understanding, that if you can't find the black cardamoms, they are quite expensive as well. There's a very different taste to them. I would invest in a packet of black cardamoms. They are full of flavour and really different to, because you're not here, but if you were here to smell this, it is actually quite powerful. Nothing is sticky because it's so much. And what we're trying to do is we're waiting until the water evaporates, and then we're going to put it on its lowest heat and let it cook for, again, timed. The water is almost gone, can you see? Yep. So just so that you can see. And I'm going to put the temperature down to its lowest, and I'm just going to get a cloth. So we've got our tea towel, and we're going to get the lid, and we're just going to put it quite tight so it's on low. Now do look, this is how it is. There's hardly any water, just slightly amount. And then we're going to seal it, and it's timed for 10 minutes. See, it's nice and firm, and I'll put the timer on it. So we have got our timer. There we are, and we're going to turn it off, and we'll let this rest for a minute or two, and then we're going to fluff it, because if we don't fluff it, it will actually set together. So we want the rice to be all nice and single, and the art of cooking pilau rice is so it should be single grain, not overcooked and not undercooked. It is quite hard to make rice perfect, but I have been cooking for many years, and even sometimes for no reason whatsoever it doesn't turn out right. So fingers crossed, it should be nice. So we'll give it just a few minutes for it to just settle, and then we will fluff it. I'm going to open this, and abracadabra, have a look. And now we're just going to fluff it. It smells wonderful, doesn't it? So we don't want it to set. We'll just separating it very gently. And I think we should try some. Would you like to try some? You can see individually, see how beautiful the colour is, and all these gorgeous slices. Yeah. There we are. And you can serve it with a curry and raita and a side salad. Raita is natural yogurt with cucumber, and because that really balances it, it's very refreshing, because you'll have a lovely spicy curry and a side salad with the raita. How is
delicious?
Is it delicious? It's just full of flavour.
That's just amazing.
I hope you will all try it, and do give some comments on when you do cook the dish. It's always good to hear what people's views are. Okay.